How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews, back with another Nitro beer. Sam Adams, as you can see, this is what we have going on here, Sam Adams stuff. Just released 3 Nitro beers. A white ale, an IPA, and a coffee stout. Figured, let's just do them all back to back to back to kind of get a vibe on them. Upload them together, so this will be the second one in the series. Like I said, this is a Nitro IPA. Let's see what she's got going on. As far as what it says in the can, enjoy from a glass, pop and pour. Nitro IPA. Chill before pouring, yada yada yada, blah 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 blah. Let's see, 7.5% alcohol by volume. It says here, this Nitro widget. A Nitro widget inside this can gives our IPA its incredibly smooth, creamy taste. You'll notice a swirl of cascading of energy as the beer settles in your glass. The widget does not work for you, so chill, pour, and enjoy. Oh, it does the work for you. It does not. Don't listen to me. Well, listen to me, but some stuff in it. Anyway, freshness matters. Enjoy before date on bottom. May 2016. The brewery sent these, so I'm pretty sure they're just less than a week old. That's pretty much it. It doesn't really tell you much about the IP itself, which I'm kind of a big fan of. Usually don't like it when breweries give you the whole rundown about flavor and taste and all that stuff. So, yeah. It's cold. I'm thirsty. Let's see what she's got. The other one popped on me pretty good. And I'm not going to pour this completely in here. The last one just runneth over a hair, so let's stop right before we get to the end on this one. So yeah, atypical, beautiful, cascading nitro style kind of curtains kind of floating down the side, slowly bringing the beer up as you would typically get. I can get kind of a little bit of piney citrus from here. Yeah, so now the beer is kind of settling out there. Pretty clear. I expected to have a bit of yeast to it. The one I did before this, the white ale, had a really kind of super haziness to it, almost like a New England style IPA to it, where this one is pretty damn clear. You know, what is left behind haze vibe is just a little bit of that residual kind of nitrogen in there. So yeah, I mean, she's pretty much microfine glass clear. Settled down to about a finger, infinite. I mean, you're talking about the tightest back bubbles, pillowy, creamy, super creamy head to it. So yeah, I mean, she looks like a Nitro IPA is basically what she looks like. So let's get a nose on this sucker. Snort a little bit of nitro foam. I'll get you. That's where they keep the heroin. Yeah, tons of citrus. That smells really nice, actually. Citrus abounds. Very sweet. Doesn't smell overly acidic. I'm getting a little bit of stone fruitiness in there, a little peachiness. Do you know what I mean? Stuff like that. I'm not getting a ton of tropical fruit. It's pretty much all citrus and a little bit of stone fruit, but I'm also getting the tiniest bit of pine. Not too big there either. Yeah, it smells really nice. So yeah, it's pretty much all I'm getting in there. So let's dive in and see what she's got. Cheers. Okay. Way more pine on the mouth than there is on the nose. If I was going to go on the nose, I was going to go, you know, kind of fruitiness with citrus leading the way. I would go maybe 80% that, 20% pine. Now it's more of a 50-50 ordeal. Drying on the end, a little bit bittering, subtle palate smackiness on there. But you are getting that citrus in there now. A combination of the pine with the citrus seems a bit more bittering, a bit more acidic. But yeah, I would go more westy. On the nose, I was going to go East Coast with West influence. Now I'm going West Coast. Just leaning West Coast with a bit of East. Nice beer. It's kind of like the, not the caveat or pitfall with nitro IPAs. I feel like the nitrogen, this could be science. Scientists out there can break this down for me. I feel like where nitrogen brings a lot to the body, sometimes going to inhibit a little bit of flavor. And I think one of the flavors that it really does inhibit excuse me, there's a lot of hop flavors. I don't know if it has something to do with just how the hops work in a beer, whether it's a hop oil thing or whatever it is. It just seems like this had a bigger nose on it than what I'm getting in the mouth. So I'm not sure if I let this sit for a bit, I get a little bit more kind of flavor out of it, but it just seems like, based off the nose, it's going to be a much bigger IPA. But it's still pretty nice. But it just kind of lacks that oomph that I thought I was going to get based off of the nose. So yeah, let's talk about it. Is it one of the better IPAs I've had as of late? No. I'm gonna, you know, it's not up there with Samuel Adams Rebel Raw. That's, you know, that hazy juiciness is what does it for me. So that's definitely going to be a leader in the pack when it comes to their IPAs. It was one of my favorite IPAs I reviewed last year when I did my favorite beers of last year. But this is kind of just misses the mark. But it's a cool beer in itself. Is it one of the better nitro beers I've had? Kind of just missing the mark on that one too. I haven't had a ton as of late, none I can recall, but I just remember having some impactful ones over the past several months. So just on the outside looking on that one, and let's go through the whole value and availability. I'm not sure what the price point is going to be on this. Actually, they sent me some paperwork, so let's see if they actually have a price point on these. Oh, it's got information on this. I should have read all this stuff before I actually did the beers. Anyway, as far as the hop character goes in this beer, it gives way to Emerald, Centennial, Galaxy, Polaris, Simcoe, and Seuss. So, makes sense. I don't see an actual price point on these suckers. Oh, MSRP is going to be $9 to $11 for a 4-pack of pounders. Well, just under a pound. They're instead of being 16 ounces, they're 15 ounces. They have to leave an ounce empty for the widget. So, so yeah, pseudo pounders, I guess you would say. So it's not a bad price point actually, especially for a nitro beer. So yeah, it's a fun beer. It's a cool beer. It's a different take on your IPAs. I mean, if you go to a lot of like beer bars, they'll usually have some dedicated nitro stuff. I know a couple places local to me do have it, but some people don't. So if some people are into nitro beers, and especially if you're going to have like most of the nitro beers that I come across would be like your Left Hand or your Old Chub, stuff like that, or like your darker, richer stouts, wee heavy, stuff like that tend to be nitro beers. You don't really see it typically on your wheat beers or your IPA. So just to get that kind of exposure to something a bit different is pretty cool. And who doesn't love nitro beers? They're fun to pour. So yeah, if you like what we like this. I would say if you like West Coast IPAs with a subtle East Coast vibe, because that's what it's coming down to now. It's definitely leaning west on me now. If you like nitro beers. And if you like clean beers, because even though it has a creamy, fluffy mouthfeel to it, it finishes pretty clean. Nice lingeringness there, a little bit of bittering, a little bit of citrus, and a little bit of that pine. So, yeah, if you like that stuff, then definitely be worth picking up. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. If you did or you didn't, or somewhere in between, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. If you want to check us out anywhere else on the internet, you can. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Untapped, Massive Beers, and all 4 of those places. And yeah, another review down. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a nice nitro beer right now. And hopefully see you next time. Cheers.